completely lost, can't find anything. But I still wanted to do a video for Poe, the Kat Von D Studded Kiss lipstick, because it's such an interesting shade, and I really wish I could wear this color on a daily basis because it is really gorgeous. I'm still not there, but I really admire the people who do wear this because it's such a beautiful, beautiful, stunning color. So first the color, then the formula, and then I'm going to talk about how to wear it, because as I was moving, I was actually wearing it and I was playing around with it, and I had a couple extra days to play with it, and I just tried different eyeshadows and different looks and tried to figure out what looks best. And so I'm going to talk about that too. The short answer is, honestly, what looks best is just black eyeliner, simple, neutral cheeks, a little bit of shading on your face, very simple. But what I did for this video is I kind of played around with some grays and blacks, which is the second best and kind of a champagne color. So anyway, this is Poe. It's on my lips. Yes, it's a very, very dark navy, and I don't really know the shading in this house yet. So we'll see, and I don't usually do videos at this time of day, but we'll see how it looks. So this is it. And if you swatch it, I've got outdoor swatches, but if you swatch it, you see it's like a very dark navy, and I think it looks darker this time of day than it does earlier. It's like a really dark blue with kind of little navy blue shimmer and purple shimmer in it. Very unusual color, very pretty, but it's hard to capture on camera, as I felt with a lot of these new Kat Von D Studded Kiss lipsticks. They just shift with the light. So when you get it on camera, you're only going to get kind of 1 or 2 dimensions. You're not going to get that full 3-dimensional effect. It's a beautiful, stunning color. This is it. And just as far as application, first of all, this is the case. And these are 0.10 ounce, right? Knocked down from 0.11 ounce, right? I have a hard time getting this cap to stay closed. It's almost like you have to twist it, and then if you twist it, it doesn't open very easily. If you don't twist it though, it comes open in your purse. The formula is a little stiff, which I think you need with a color like this, because the last thing you want is fading. So it's supposed to last for 10 hours, and on me it lasts a good 4 or 5 hours. This color, it actually lasts less, only because if you're going to put on a color like this, you really don't want to see the natural lip color showing through at all. This isn't like you want that natural gradual fading. If you want it, you want it. If you don't, you don't. So I have to fully blot my lips. And even applying it now, what really bothers me is if I don't dot right in all the parts of the lips where it gets wet, and just dry it off completely and get the full coverage, because otherwise you see that pink showing through, which just doesn't look right. So I blot my whole lip all the way in, and then I apply it. And this, I felt, was less stiff a formula than a lot of the others. Some of the others, as I wear them more and more, I'm seeing a little line, which I mentioned in the first video I did on these. I see a little line, like an eyeliner. I didn't get as much of that with this particular color. And it does wear very evenly, very pretty, but like I said, you don't really want this to fade at all. You just, if you want the color, you want the color. So while it may be a 10+ hour, I can get 5 hours out of these. They don't crack, they don't bleed, but I wouldn't do it. And I can't survive a meal in these. Some people seemingly can, I'm not one of them. So I apply it a lot more often. Swatched lips. As far as the eyes, I played around. What I did is I pulled out this old Kat Von D palette from Christmas time, and I started playing around with the different colors. And what I found is this. So this is a blue with a little bit of purple shimmer. Anything too green based, horrible. Anything too warm based, like browns, horrible. Yellows, not good. What I found worked really well for me, like I said, with simple black eyeliner, or really playing with like a champagne shimmer and then some grays. And a lot of these shades, this is one of the ones I'm wearing. I'm wearing a little bit of this darker one. I'm just going to swatch these. You don't need these exact shades, but I'm just going to show you the kind of things that I found worked really well. These types of shades. A dark gray, a light blue shimmer, and a kind of a champagne shimmer. Light purples worked really well, but you can kind of get that bruised eye look if you do too many blues or purples. I found purples were even was easier to match than blues. Blues are so complex and vary so much. I find it really hard to match the blues with the eye, and then the lip, and then I also felt kind of bruised when I did the blues. So a little bit of purple, lilac, lavender, very light works, but mostly it was the grays, the champagnes, the whites, anything with a lot of really pretty shimmer. This is a shimmer lip, so if you're going to do a shimmer lip, you have to do either a matte eye or kind of a matte cheek, and what I did was a matte cheek, kind of a very neutral blush, and a little bit of matte bronzer, and then here I just did champagne shimmer right in here, and then a light gray right in here, a light gray under, champagne here, and then a little bit of darker gray in the crease, which I didn't do earlier in the day, but I thought given the time of day worked really well. So overall, this is it. This is Poe. I think it's so beautiful. I wish I could wear a shade like this every day. Probably won't, but I will play around with it and really enjoy it. If you're gonna do it, blot your lips, apply often, like every 2 or 3 hours, since it's such a long wearing formula. And black eyeliner is great. Don't overdo the rest of the look because it's so stunning, so complex, so beautiful. Just focus on the lips and enjoy it. Please subscribe on YouTube. Comments I would love to hear, and I've also put a Novel Masks, which is about makeup and the masks we wear, on YouTube. And now I'm going to go back to my chaos of trying to put my house back together and put this on YouTube. Thanks.